Hey friend, let me cut through the fog and bring you to crystal clear clarity because the biggest challenge most men face with women isn't attraction, confidence, or communication. It's confusion. Your mind gets tangled when she says one thing and does another. It gets twisted when she pulls away after showing affection. One day she's warm, the next she's cold, and you're left bewildered. But here's the truth that will flip the entire game in your favor. Women aren't designed to be understood. They're designed to be experienced. And if you're still trying to solve them like a math equation, your life will be filled with heartbreak, frustration, and feeling lost. But after this video, confusion will no longer plague you. Once you grasp the nature of the feminine and how it contrasts with the masculine, everything begins to make sense. First, accept this. Women act emotionally, not logically. It's not a flaw. It's their design. Their words are not promises for the future. They reflect their current emotional state. When she says, I love you, she means it in that moment. When she says, I never want to lose you, she feels that right then. But that doesn't mean she'll act the same way tomorrow. If you as a man take these emotional expressions as unchangeable commitments, you'll always be caught off guard when her behavior shifts. But when you start reading these statements as momentary feelings, confusion disappears. You stop clinging, you start observing. You must understand that a woman's emotions are fluid. One moment she wants closeness, the next she needs space. One day she invests fully, the next she's unsure. If you chase every emotional swing, you become reactive instead of grounded. This is why many men get hurt. They try to meet every emotional need in real time, but you weren't built for that. As a man, your strength lies not in reflecting emotion, but in maintaining stability. Your role isn't to ride her waves, it's to anchor them. Once you understand this, mood swings no longer shake you. You don't react, you lead. Women crave emotional experience more than results. That's why she might choose the man who makes her feel desired over the one who merely provides security. What matters isn't safety, it's feeling. This explains why good guys are often overlooked. They're steady, consistent, predictable. They bring comfort, not excitement. And when a woman isn't emotionally stimulated, she drifts away. Not because you did something wrong, but because her emotions guide her. If you don't stir her emotionally, she'll seek that feeling elsewhere. Here's the astonishing part. Women often don't fully understand their own behavior. Sometimes they don't even know why they pull away. Suddenly, they can't explain why they feel nothing. They're not hiding anything. They're following an emotional current they can't control. And if you try to impose logic, demand explanations, or push for clarity, you'll drive her further away. You're speaking a language she's not using in that moment. She's not acting logically, she's acting emotionally. She responds to energy, not questions. When you stop expecting verbal clarity from women and start trusting behavioral patterns, you stop falling into the confusion trap. A woman's words can charm, surprise, or mislead you, but her actions always reveal the truth. She says she loves you, but never makes time for you. That's your answer. She claims to be confused, but still goes out every weekend, ignoring your messages. That's your answer. Stop waiting for emotional closure. Stop waiting for clean explanations. Watch what she does. And here's the game-changing truth. Women test men, often unconsciously. Every cold reply, every delayed message, every emotional swing is a test of your stability. Do you react? Do you crumble when she pulls away? Do you beg for validation? If so, her interest fades, because what she's truly seeking is your emotional leadership. She wants to feel your frame, to know you aren't easily shaken, even if she herself is. The moment she senses you lead the emotional dance, you've already won. A woman's interest isn't about how much you express your feelings. It's about how she feels about herself with you. Most men overexpress. They talk endlessly about how much they care, how committed they are, how deeply they feel. But none of that matters until she feels stirred by you emotionally. Words alone don't create the bond. They deepen it if it already exists. Start with energy, presence, and calm masculine authority. That's what's felt first. One of the biggest mistakes men make is believing consistency alone keeps a woman engaged. Consistency builds trust, yes, but without emotional variety, it becomes boring. You can't show up with the same script every day and expect her emotional engagement. She needs polarity, contrast, a sense that she must piece together parts of you to truly understand you. If everything is too easy, it feels emotionally stagnant. But when you remain mysterious, strong, and slightly unpredictable, she stays curious. Women aren't confusing. They just operate on a different system. Stop being the puzzle solver and start seeing her as a mirror. She reflects your energy back. If you're anxious, needy, or emotionally unstable, she distances herself. If you're calm, centered, and secure, she leans in. Not because you forced her, but because your energy feels like a safe home. Stop letting her surprise you. First, master your own emotions. That's the key. Over time, stop trusting her words. Trust her patterns. If she likes you one day, pulls away the next, apologizes, but never follows through, she's playing a game. Maybe not intentionally, but she's being swayed by changing emotions. Your job as a man is to maintain your peace, to not fall for potential, to see her clearly, not through your need. Step away when her actions don't match the energy you require. Here's the bitter truth. A woman will never respect a man who needs her more than she needs him. That imbalance kills attraction. She doesn't want to be your child. She wants to orbit your world, your purpose. If you stop chasing, stop centering your life around her emotional needs, you become a force, not a burden. And she'll feel that shift emotionally. She doesn't want a follower in love. She wants a leader. If you want to stop being confused by women, stop playing by their rules. Set your own rules, boundaries, and standards. Decide how you will appear, what behavior is acceptable, and what energy you allow in your life. Stop reacting, start leading. That's what makes you attractive. That's what stops games. That's what earns a woman's respect. Not by being like her, but by being true to yourself. Detach from outcomes. Be willing to lose her to remain in your power. The moment you fear losing her, you betray yourself. You give too much, over-explain, and morph into what you think she wants, killing the very essence that attracted her in the first place. The man who doesn't chase, doesn't flinch, and doesn't overthink is the man who isn't confused, because he knows her confusion is her problem, not his. A woman will never surprise a man deeply in tune with himself. The moment you live with internal validation instead of external approval, everything changes. You don't need her praise to feel valuable. You don't need her attention to feel important. You're full, and from that fullness, you engage. You choose her. You don't chase her. You show interest, but you don't collapse when it isn't reciprocated. You're available, not needy, and in that space, confusion dies. Clarity is born. If she disappears, you let her go. If she's inconsistent, you withdraw your energy. If she plays games, you stop responding, not out of coldness, but out of self-respect. You don't punish her. You don't teach her lessons. You withdraw your attention. And this silence speaks louder than any words. It conveys your value without desperation. Those who feel it return stronger. Those who don't, never. This is your new filter. If she creates confusion, she's not for you. The right woman won't leave you guessing. She may be emotional, but she'll be consistent. She may have moods, but she won't play games. She may test you, but she'll respect your boundaries. If you constantly feel drained, anxious, or uncertain, you're not in love. You're in chaos. And as a man with purpose, your energy is too valuable to waste on confusion. From today, confusion is no longer part of your dating life. You don't try to win over indecisive women. You don't try to solve silence. You don't try to force love from those who can't give it. You watch patterns. You lead strongly. You remain emotionally solid. And you allow women to feel your presence without having to perform. You're no longer guessing. You're choosing. Women aren't confusing. Confusion is trying to force commitment from someone incompatible. Confusion is expecting logic from emotions. Confusion is building castles on compliments and calling it love. Now you see clearly, a woman's emotions aren't a roadmap. They're a weather report. They change. They shift. But you remain a mountain, unshakable, indifferent, undeniably masculine. From now on, no more confusion, no more chasing, no more over-explaining. You lead with calm, power, and clarity. You understand women's emotional nature and respect it, but never let it control you. And that's when you stop being played. That's when you stop overthinking. That's when you become the man who doesn't wonder what she thinks, because she already knows who you are.